Truckee is such a unique place. There's a huge influx of people here because of all the recreational opportunities.
We have an abundance of motorized and non-motorized trails. We have ski resorts. We have really the full range of recreational activities you'd expect in a national forest.
Truckee has always been kind of the center of my universe. I was born and raised in the small town of Rough and Ready, California, down in the foothills, but in the same county as Truckee. Love recreating here. Originally spent my childhood skiing in this area and still do a lot of recreating, mountain biking, kayaking. I really love Truckee because I feel like it has the best of everything.
There's obviously major recreational assets to protect and people that have deep connections to this place. I definitely feel those strong emotional ties to protecting this region and a place that I now call home.
But all of those things that attract people to Truckee are also vulnerable to wildfire.
The national policy in the United States for more than 100 years was full fire suppression. As a result, we now have overstocked forests, increasing the threat of wildfire against the communities.
Truckee as a town and a lot of the area around North Lake Tahoe is in the Wildland Urban Interface, or what you might hear people call the WUI.
We quite literally dropped our homes down into this forested environment, which means we need to take extra caution because we need healthy forests to have healthy and protected communities.
It's awesome to live in the WUI because you have such great access to recreation and natural spaces, but that also introduces the potential that there's a lot of forest that if it burns could be impacting a town as well.
The idea is to give our firefighters, our prevention, our suppression resources an opportunity to fight fire and be successful should we have a start.
What NFF and the Forest Service are working on right now is trying to get the forest back into a place of balance. A healthy forest is one that you can gallop a horse through, and you want to have that space between trees so that they can grow bigger and stronger and healthier and more resilient in the long run.
That's what we're trying to recreate, is what we would expect a more natural, healthy forest to look like had fire been allowed to continue to introduce itself into these ecosystems.
National Forest Foundation is one of 5 different members of the Middle Truckee River Watershed Forest Partnership.
Without collaboration, work just doesn't happen at a meaningful pace and scale.
We're working with Tahoe National Forest, the Truckee Meadows Water Authority, the Nature Conservancy, and the Truckee River Watershed Council. All of those core partners are incredibly invested in planning and implementing forest health projects for the goal of wildfire resilience. The goal of that partnership is to implement 60,000 acres of forest health treatments over the next 10 years in the Middle Truckee River watershed. The Cabin Creek project is one of the projects we're implementing under that partnership and is the first of 3 phases along the Highway 89 corridor. The Highway 89 corridor is a major evacuation route connecting Tahoe City to Truckee were there to be a threat of wildfire.
We need well-managed, healthy, fire-resilient forests that come all the way up into that WUI environment.
Our treatment methods include mechanical work, so large machinery that can cut trees and process them quickly, take them to landings. We're also using handwork, so crews going along roads and highways and doing small diameter thinning, brush removal, things of that nature. We're also starting to experiment with other methods such as targeted grazing.
So sheep and goats coming in to treat some of the smaller brush and vegetation. And that feels like a really new and exciting tool in the toolkit, because that is a lot less invasive than prescribed fire and smoke impacts from that.
Even though the initial treatment is complete now, we're coming back here and using targeted grazing to basically knock back fuels that have returned after the initial treatment. And this is crucial to how we think about these forest health projects, is it's not a one and done. You need to come back, do maintenance, and make sure that the benefits from the initial treatment are maintained for as long as possible.
We've all seen that the largest, most deadliest, most catastrophic fires in California's history have occurred in the last 10 years. We literally saw fires march from west to east across the Sierra Crest in 2021. And so what we have to lose is healthy green forests, functioning and vibrant communities, homes, properties, businesses, schools, hospitals, and in the worst case scenario possible, lives lost. It's super critical that we're aligning these efforts, where you're seeing NFF and the Forest Service come together on these large fuel reduction projects.
To have local organizations and even national organizations come to the table to help boost the capacity of the Forest Service in that partnership, that's a model that could be replicated with other forests around the country.